We're going to talk about getting disciplined today. Why do the small wins daily, weekly, why do they matter? Why does holding yourself in discipline matter? I was never I was always disciplined, but I was never strict about it. Like, oh yeah, I'll stop drinking, but it's Friday, I'll have a couple drinks, right? Oh, I'm not eating carbs this week. Well, these are just French fries, right? And I was disciplined enough to get away with it. That's what most people are. They're mostly disciplined enough till they're comfortable. But when you make little goals like we do, and if it's not to have chips for a week, or go to the gym 7 days a week, or go on a date night with your wife that week, or whatever it might be, and we accomplish them, it builds up confidence in ourselves, not even knowing, because we hit those every single week. And most people set goals and they never attain them because they fall short, because they lose track, because they get overwhelmed. They're like, fuck this is not what I want to do. And they just don't do it. And so this is why setting obtainable goals and measurable goals that you can measure are very, very important. And so what I do with my clients is we set a yearly goal in all 4 areas: body, being, balance, and business. We set 4 goals for each area, each domain. So 4 in the body, 4 in the being, 4 in the balance, 4 in the business. And what we do with those 4 goals is they have to be measurable, meaning you have to be able to measure them somehow, right? Like, I want to lose 80 pounds. I want to go to the gym 350 days. Like, you're able to measure that, right? Like, you can't measure feeling better. I feel better. Okay, well, that's great, but how do you measure that? And so what we have to do is we got to measure things in all 4 areas, and we set impossible goals, which are usually 10 times what you think you can do, okay, in a year. Most people look at that being like, what? Why do you do that for? Because when you set goals, they have to be somewhat where you got to like push a little bit, right? You got to be uncomfortable with it. And then what we do is we work backwards. We go to month 1, where we're at, and we set up 4 things to do for that month in each area: body, being, balance, business, that are going to get us to our impossible goal in 1 year from now. Okay. So let's say you want to lose 80 pounds. So week 1, start going to the gym. Boom, perfect. Week 2, got to hire a trainer. Boom, perfect. Week 3, I'm going to get my diet. I'm going to get a diet. Perfect. Week 4, I'm going to buy new gym clothes, whatever it might be, right? You're able to measure those things and know what you're doing. And then by month 6 or 7, you'll be amazed that everything we're doing is very, very attainable. That's why you set disciplines. That's why you keep disciplines, because you're building confidence in yourself for future results. Discipline doesn't get results right away. And that's why most people quit. That's why most people fall to the wayside. It's because discipline is uncomfortable. Discipline is not comfortable. Discipline makes people around you uncomfortable because they always make fun of you. They always say, why aren't you drinking? Why aren't you eating that? Why don't you do this? You're like, no, I'm good. And most people are afraid to say why they're doing it. And so when you keep getting disciplined, you don't have those awkward conversations. You don't feel bad. You don't feel weird for doing and saying certain things that you know are right, because you're in discipline and you haven't broke it. Like, I can now talk to people about just about anything because I've been in discipline and I've lived it. I've told the truth. I've had nothing to hide. And when you don't, it's a freeing experience. It's a weird experience because most people don't tell the truth about everything. Like, a lot of my buddies, will talk, and when you ask how much they make for work, they kind of like this, right? Or you ask them how many times they have sex and those kind of things, and it's like, right? Well, this is real life. Not that what you make matters or how many times you have sex, but it tells a story, right? Like, when you got friends and people around you and employees and all these stuff, and they're stressed out and you're wondering what's going on, and in the back of their mind they're having, the marriage is terrible or their leverage or whatever it might be, right? And so you say something to them and they explode, and you're like, what the fuck's wrong with that person? But when you know where everyone's at and you're completely honest and upfront with where you're at, things open up. Things are more clear. You become disciplined. You become certain. And that's why not breaking your habits Like when you say you're going to wake up at a certain time, you're going to do certain things, do them. Because after a while, you're going to create a confidence about yourself and a certainty about yourself that knowing what you want. And so I would always start small. Like if you got a problem eating sweets, try to go no sweets for 1 week. See how that goes, right? Don't break that discipline. Don't give in because your friends want to do it or your wife or whoever want to do it. Stay true to yourself. This is for you. Because if you cannot keep the discipline yourself, no one else can do it for you. So that's why it's more rewarding when you can do it on your own. And you'll stick to it when you do it on your own. If you have somebody pushing you and slapping out your hand, you're not learning from it. So when you can do it, that's what it's all about. So get disciplined, set daily habits that are measurable, that are obtainable. Don't stress yourself out and wig out. Make them obtainable and measurable every single day. And let's see where you're at in a year.